subscribe.
Out of your fat asses, because you got some fat asses.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Strong Mid Card Podcast. You know, when I was recording yesterday, or after I finished my session or whatever, and I uploaded it, and I remember a couple of people hit me up on the Instagram and said, "Hey, you didn't talk about Bray Wyatt. You didn't talk about the Bray Wyatt release. You didn't, amongst other stuff that I didn't hit just because I was kind of nervously trying to do a podcast and trying to touch on everything that's been going on. But that, I don't know how the hell I forgot that. That is a huge one for sure. But I also was thinking about, because I've been thinking about installing not just a regular podcast, but also like maybe something else that we can all just kind of brainstorm on, or kind of all talk about. So I've been pondering over trying to do a new segment for the channel, and I decided on this one. And this is a perfect one with Bray Wyatt. Where would he go? Where should he go? What would he do? So I decided, screw it. This will be my first edition of what I'm going to call Fuck It, Let's Book It. Here we go. All right, so Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's an interesting case because fantastic storyteller, fantastic character, fantastic just overall somebody you want to watch on TV, right? So how would you book him anywhere else? That's a tough one because his wrestling wasn't always great. However, his storytelling and build-ups to matches, he can do all that. Promos, amazing. Vignettes, all that stuff. Everything but the actual matches is fantastic. Now, I have always been critical of this guy. Not necessarily him, but the booking of it. I mean, when I saw The Fiend, I saw a flop written all over it. I mean, you can go back on the archives here of the stuff we've done where I pretty much said that he's either going to go back to being cult leader Bray Wyatt, or they're just going to completely drop the ball with him. So, I mean, I guess I was right on one point. So now we're looking at it in a future sense. Where would he land? Could he make it in AEW? Could he make it in Ring of Honor? Ring of Honor is very much a wrestling-based organization. New Japan, I think he'd be definitely out of place in New Japan. Mexico, who knows, man? Impact, I think Impact, it'd be fantastic for him. He could kind of pick up where Matt Hardy left off in that Broken Universe. I think to me personally, him being a character-driven wrestler and a talent, I would love to see him on Impact and kind of go off and doing that. However, of course, AEW is the big cheese in town right now. So how would you book a Bray Wyatt? Like just his intro or his debut and his first I guess you could say his first beef, his first rivalry, or his first booking, however you want to call it. How would you book it? Let's see. Like I'm just spitballing right here with you guys right now. For me, AEW, they have a lot of the dark characters already kind of in place. Malachi Black to me is kind of the number one guy there now. I don't know that I would book him straight into Malachi Black. There's always the possibility of Darby Allin and Sting. I would love to see that. Like I remember thinking, it'd be cool if Malachi Black showed up. And his first beef is with Darby, and what he does is takes it to a cinematic kind of setup and destroys Sting, and now you have a perfect Darby versus Malachi Black kind of dark universe deal. And I thought that just had money written all over it. But with Malachi Black, I don't know if he wants to spend time in the mid card, and he's probably going to go straight to the top. So who knows what they're going to do with him? But with Bray Wyatt, maybe a similar type of storyline. What would you guys think about that? Like him coming in, doing a lot of cinematic stuff and beefing with Darby Allin, trying to see, you think you're the dark guy, let's see how dark you can go. Maybe he has he was teasing like a new character, right? So maybe he can bring that in. How about that? He goes straight after his mentor, destroys the past, destroys Sting, in like a cinematic type of way where he, Sting says right before he gets taken out, he says something to Darby to kind of seal the deal. It's like a movie, man. And like Bray Wyatt just destroys Sting, or whoever his name is going to be, destroys Sting, and I have a perfect storyline with Darby Allin. And then you just kind of do cinematic. You do let them work their magic, man, because Darby loves shooting stuff too, and you could tell Bray loves doing that too. Imagine those two brains going at it, man, and just coming up with something that doesn't have to be like a title thing. I think what AEW does better than WWE for sure is like a blood feud, meaning no titles involved, just two guys who hate each other, take the storyline and make it mean as much as a main event, or in some cases, in some shows, bigger than the main event. So kind of like MJF and Chris Jericho and that kind of stuff. I would love to see this, like a Bray Wyatt come in with Darby Allin and they just go at each other. Now, of course, the danger of this is who wins, who loses. 50-50 bookings is what's killing wrestling for sure. Darby's still young. He could take a loss, leave for a little while and come back. Or Bray, because Bray being kind of capitalizing on his star power coming in, right? That's always the dangers. But the thing I always loved about AEW is what I tell Roger all the time, it's called dangerous booking. Like, you're going to lose half the crowd, or you're going to piss off half the crowd, but you kind of have to do what you have to do. Somebody has to come out the winner. So, when John Moxley first showed up and he was going up against Kenny Omega and everybody's freaking out who's going to win, who's going to lose. Omega can't lose because of this. Moxley can't lose because of this. That to me is dangerous booking. I love it. I love kind of being at the edge of my seat and watching a wrestling match and not knowing who's going to win, knowing both guys can use the win, knowing both guys can carry the win and take it to somewhere else. And one of the guys has to take a back seat for a little bit, but that's part of the appeal, I think, that AEW does very good. So on that aspect, if Bray Wyatt does come in, that's what I want to see him in those kind of storylines. I don't necessarily think he can hang as far as like with an Omega, and maybe he can go out with Cody, because of course everybody who debuts goes after Cody. But with an Omega or something like that, like a Pac or something, like a Jungle Boy or something like that. Like, I don't know if wrestling wise he can hang with them there, but storyline wise, there's a lot of possibilities, man. I mean, even in a lesser sense, you got guys like Butcher and the Blade who maybe need a new allegiance or something. Maybe they could start a little faction there with those guys, and plenty of guys like that. Maybe he can come in and fuck with the Dark Order, or take over the Dark Order and make Dark Order a heel faction for a while. The possibility are endless. I'm kind of hyping myself up now. Now I'm kind of wanting Bray Wyatt to go to AEW. Before I did not want him to. I think his place is an Impact, but now the more and more that I keep talking, there is a lot of possibilities, man. I might have just convinced myself. Anyways, I just thought I'd throw a little segment out there. I'm going to try to keep doing these more often. More stuff, definitely for the channel. I want to know how you guys would book a Bray Wyatt, either to Impact or to AEW. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Also, anything else that I missed, or anything else that you guys would like to see me just kind of spitball fantasy book for the next session of this Fuck It, Let's Book It. And also subscribe and like, notifications, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for listening. If you've been listening to me rambling for the last 10 minutes. Love you guys, and we'll talk later, man. Enjoy all the wrestling. Bye.